One of the things that I thoroughly enjoy doing Sunday morning is talk to new real estate investors who have maybe done nothing, maybe have done a little. All of these new discussions come from our wonderful school community. And first up this morning is Curtis. Curtis, buddy, how you doing?
Good. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Why don't you do the audience a favor? Let us know who is Curtis. Where are you at currently on your real estate journey? And we'll ask some questions.
All right. Thank you. So I'm a teacher here in Pierce County, Washington. I started my real estate journey about 2 years ago on house hack number two. Have a duplex and a triplex.
Okay. Very cool. And I heard a story once because you and I met in person, I think in I don't know, was that Portland, Seattle, somewhere in the Northwest, at the Northwest Action Summit. And I had heard that your first house hack actually didn't have a shower. You chose to live in the side of the house that didn't have a shower. What the heck is that all about? Were you just stinky for a year or what?
Yeah, yeah, that's the most common one is because when I tell people about the first house hack and kind of the layout, they always pause me. They're like, wait, you didn't have a shower? And so and so the way that it
That's
was.
commitment, man. That's commitment.
Yeah, so the way that it was is it was a front back duplex. The guy in the back, he had his own space, and then I had a three bed, one and a half bath. Well, I'm single. I don't have kids. I don't need that much space.
Mhm.
So the primary suite had its own exterior door, so I just sealed it off from the rest of the house.
Okay. All right. So you lived in the what I'll call the back
Yeah.
part of that 3, 1.5.
Hmm.
So, I'm guessing it had the half.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And so there was no shower, no kitchen. So for eating, I had like a microwave and a air fryer, but you can't use them at the same time, or else it will pop
The
the
circuit
circuit.
breaker will pop.
Yeah. So
Oh, that's hilarious.
yeah, so had to get creative there, and then for the showering, that issue was pretty like easy because I'm a PE teacher and a coach, so my office actually has a shower in it. So I would
Okay.
shower at work or
Uh,
or at my mom's house or at the gym. Yeah.
now, how long did we live in that? Because again, I've always said, and you've heard, you've been following me for a while. All the people that have now in my millionaire series, they all started with sacrifice, right? A lot of them house hacked, some of them downsized. I don't know of anybody that went for a year or so without a shower. That's a new one for me, Curtis. That's pretty impressive. How long was that?
It was just over a year, probably like 16 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's talk about the numbers because one of the beauty of house hacking is you take your largest expense X taxes and you take that to zero. And in some case, like Dion, it actually turns it into positive numbers. So you get paid to live somewhere. I'm
Mhm.
guessing with I'll call it 2 units plus yours, you were not only living rent free, you were probably getting paid, is my wild guess.
Yeah, it was very small at first because I still had yet to do the binder on the backside.
Okay.
So it was paying the mortgage, then I was paying utilities for a chunk there. And
Mhm.
then once I did the binder where the tenant was happy to raise their rent from 990 to 1500.
Oh,
Yep.
wow. Life
Yeah.
got good, huh?
Yep. Thanks, Dion, for that one.
Yeah.
And so once I did that, then everything was covered.
Yeah.
And
So if
then
you guys don't know what the binder is, Dion Talk Financial Freedom, check it out. He has this thing called the binder strategy. It is literally a physical binder, which now he has morphed into an email if the tenant wants it that way. But basically allows the tenant to understand what the market is for rent and really starts the conversation where most of the time the tenant asks for a rent increase, which again, they're happy with. How many times can you raise rents and the tenants are happy? The answer is zero. But if the tenant asks for it, i.e., 990 to 1500, because you could take them to 1700, it's actually a really fun conversation and everybody is happy. So shout out Dion for the binder strategy. Check it out, Dion Talk Financial Freedom. So okay, so that's the first deal. You like that so much you did it again? Is that right? House hack number two?
yep, and I've upgraded. I have a shower and a kitchen.
I've upgraded. I've got a shower. Oh, that's hilarious. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, so this one is a triplex and it's on a huge lot. So later down the line, if I ever wanted to, there's definitely room to add a fourth one on the lot. I'm not quite there yet, but I can kind of see it in the future. And
Yeah.
it's a single family in the front. It's fully like fenced in, and then in the back it's up down duplex. And I stay
And
on
which of those three? Which one are you in? I'm sorry.
yeah, I stay on the bottom one. It needed the most work. Not a lot of work, just touch up stuff. But I'm like,
Yeah.
well, as long as it has the shower, I'm good.
I mean, it's a small detail. Just have a shower. Just a kitchen, sure, but a shower. I want a shower. That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. Well, that's really really cool. So you're sitting today. I'm curious when you left that what I'll call master suite with the half bath. Did you undo the work, or is that rented as I don't know a studio today?
It's currently just empty space. The plan is to reintegrate the
Yeah,
room once the
that
other
would make
person
sense.
leases up.
Okay.
Uh, I'm going to have a conversation with them. I tried in August, but they had COVID,
Mm,
so I'm going to go back over there, kind of show them the space. Say, hey, it's going to be updated, but this is what it will be, and kind of do the binder based off of a three
yeah.
bedroom.
Yeah, see if they want the extra bedroom or space or whatnot. I think that's a genius move. So that's a lot of fun. Do you have a vision of what you hope may or may not happen in 2025? Do you have visions on? Are you going to tackle house hack number three? Are you just going to be set it, forget it, manage what you have? What does 25 look like for Curtis?
Yeah, so 25 looks like trying to add a third house hack. Although in the meantime, I'm still trying to look for deals,
Mhm.
be it owner financing or lease options, and so the deal hunting won't just stop.
I love that. Again, one of the things I talk about all the time, even after you've done a deal or you have no money, you've got to stay engaged in the market because the market is ever changing. And of course, you never know when that deal of a lifetime comes by where you can step into buying a quality asset on terms, aka seller financing and the like. So one thing I thought I should ask you about, you've been a part of our school community for quite some time now. What do you like about it? What do you use? Again, I'm looking at building something that grows and grows and grows. So Curtis, what are some things that excite you that you leverage school for?
Yeah, it's kind of twofold. The classroom that's in there, I think it's Ty, the real estate agent,
Mhm.
and so he did a master class type thing on
Yeah.
seller financing and creative deals. I think it's like 6 hours long, and
Yeah.
and so it's definitely in depth, and it's so in depth. There's times you have to pause it and go back.
Go back.
Yeah, and so that right there is just worth the $20 a month
Right.
alone, and then
Yeah.
plus to have access to people that are in the community that are already doing what I'm trying to do and
Yeah.
reaching out for
Yeah.
help.
Yeah, it's really funny when I look at architecting school, and now we're on a path where it's just growing. I think we added 10 people in the last 48 hours. The classroom section is where I thought all the value would be, right? There's Ty's 6 hour masterclass. And the other thing about Ty that but the audience may not, is not only did he give us that 6 hour masterclass, he comes back monthly to do a live Q&A because he knows there's a lot of stuff in there. He knows there's some new vocabulary, novations and raps and all of these things. And Ty is such a giver and so committed to our community. He comes back once a month just to take Q&A. And oh, by the way, those Q&As are recorded. You can find them in the classroom section under the thumbnail special guest. One of the things that I think gets missed by a lot of students is there's a thumbnail in the classroom called special guest. And if you click on that thumbnail, that list of content is growing weekly. It is our millionaires taking live Q&A from the audience. And Ty is in there a couple of times, Matt, the mortgage guy, Dion, Matt, Anna, so on and so forth. That is the list that I'm like, that's going to be beefy. That's going to grow. And not only, something Ty did the 6 hour masterclass, I was so frankly impressed with what he gave away. I gave away my 10-week boot camp, right? I gave away a boot camp that cost $1,000. 40 or 50 people went through it. It's in there for free, right? There's a 10-week boot camp in there as well for free. So, and then Anna gave away her economic symposium, and there's a lot. But I think the real value when you step back, when I step back in a year, is going to be the community, right? The community is starting to interact without me prodding it, right? When you're really small, you got to prod it. But now comments and texts, and I'm starting to see meetups. I heard there was a Dallas meetup the other day with 8 or 9 community members. Hopefully, as we get to 500, 750, 1,000, there are a little one rental at a time pop-up meetups, Starbucks or whatever it is going on. So I love all of that. So is that coming through? Are you seeing that in the community?
Yeah, my phone might blow up with how many comments and posts that come through. It's just it's so much that it's almost like, okay, I have to make sure I have to check it in the morning and night, and then that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. Just put it to the side. Yeah. Again, the thing that I talk about all the time is you've got to be engaged. It's okay to be a fly on the wall. It's okay to watch, be uncomfortable, but at some point you have to understand this is a paid community. It's no secret. It's $20, right? It's ridiculously stupid cheap, but we've got to engage. And I'm trying to create this as a safe place. If somebody misbehaves, I'll just, I'll act as God and remove them. So, it's you've got to engage, folks. You've got to engage. So the other thing I wanted to talk about with you, Curtis, is I know, unfortunately, given schedules last year, you weren't able to make the Vegas event in February. Again, you and I talked at the Northwest Action Summit earlier in the year, and you're like, dude, I am not missing the next one. I heard amazing things. So why don't we first talk about what'd you hear about our first event in Vegas, and why are you excited to go to number 2?
While I heard the presentations were awesome and packed filled with jam information, what I really got away from it is it was a room full of people that do the work and want to help.
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to be around those type of people?
Yeah. That was that. I said it at the event. I've said it a couple of times after. When you host an event, you, meaning me in this case, I can control the agenda, I can control the space, but I can't control who shows up. And I can't control how the audience will interact. Because sometimes you go to events and you just sit there in your little bubble and you take some notes and then you go away and you disappear. What I saw by lunch on the first day is our community is awesome. It's just freaking awesome. So much networking, people meeting people for the first time. It was our first face-to-face. We did do a test run in Fresno, but this is our first real celebration. And I was on cloud 9. Olivia was on cloud 9, right? Olivia was originally only going to come for an hour or two, and she didn't leave. The community was just so awesome. So I look forward to repeating that. I'm doing some subtle things like I'm feeding everybody this time. We're going to have some surprises and guests that people don't know about. But yeah, I look forward to making this yearly. I'm not committed to yearly. Let's be clear. It's got to be successful every year. But yeah, hopefully it's becomes something we do I like to do President's Day weekend. So people with jobs, like teachers, your Monday's a holiday. So you stay Saturday and Sunday. You don't have to leave early because we go till 6. And then you could travel back Monday morning, which is President's Day holiday. So I'm just going to keep booking that holiday. So what do you think?
Oh yeah, that sounds great. I think some of these meetups or events forget that most people have normal jobs. So when it's President's Day, I'm like, yes, I can actually make it.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. The other thing that was super cool is we're going to do 6 hours of networking. Not only are we going to have 10 to 12 presentations, not only are we going to have 10 to 12 opportunities to ask the presenter questions, which again is very unique. You're going to have 6 hours of networking because I saw last time the power is in the community networking. And again, something I will be doing different this year is we'll be giving name tags. I didn't do name tags last time, which was a mistake. So we'll fix that as well. So yeah. I don't know, Curtis, you got any questions for me? School comments, economics, anything? What you got questions for me, Curtis?
Yeah, so this is not so much a question, I guess, for me, but I guess for the community that might be newer, right? Is they see the do the work hat,
Yeah.
which I'm all for that, and I can share my experience of what I've been doing that.
Mm.
But for someone that's new, they're like, where do I even start? What is do the
Oh,
work?
yeah. I love that. So for me, do the work. Is a statement that can mean lots of things. But let's take the brand new newbie. Hey, Zuber, I heard you on Iced Coffee Hour. Hey, Zuber, I heard you on Ryan Pineda or Bigger Pockets or whatever. What does that really mean? I believe most new real estate investors are not focused. They're just all over the map. And like Dion has the binder strategy, something I'm known for is called a buy box. So a buy box is twofold. And it didn't come to me until a year or so after helping people that it's actually the second part that is most powerful for a new investor. So, step one, you have to set a criteria, and I will give you mine from 2002. You have to set a criteria that produces an active list of inventory, available inventory, somewhere between 20 and 40 listings. Less than 20, expand the criteria. More than 40, tighten up the criteria. Why is that? Because I want you to look at the same criteria every day for 90 days to 180 days. The goal of this exercise is for you to understand what an average deal is for that set of criteria. Once you know average, call it 6% yield, you then can write great deals. Like if average is 6, you should write 8 or 9 or 10. If you don't know average, you shouldn't write an offer. That's what I believe. So what was my criteria in 2002? It was a specific zip code, the Mayfair 93703. I only knew single family homes, so single family homes. I felt that the only ones that would cash flow were 3 or 4 bedrooms, 3 or 4 bedrooms. I wanted 2-car garage. I wanted single story. I wanted somewhere between 1,250 and 2,100 square feet. That criteria, Curtis, I looked at for almost 3 years straight. And what does that mean? Again, I told you it's a two-step process. Step one, focus. I am frankly broken. I now appreciate that focus and discipline is my superpower. I didn't know it then, but I looked at that one criteria for almost 3 years. Now, step two, what I didn't know, I now think is even better, is that criteria, Curtis, demands, gives you permission not to look at anything else. Once a new investor looks at something else, a new zip code, a new city, a new asset class, a new blah, 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 they lose focus, they lose momentum, and it's over. They're going to go nowhere. Analysis paralysis, stuck in the mud, whatever you want to call it. So for me, do the work is set up the framing and just do it every freaking day. That's what do the work is.
Yeah, I had asked you something similar back at the Northwest Action, and you're like, "Yeah, man, hey, it's all on like the channel." So I said, "All right." So then I went back and looked, and then over the summer break, and then a little bit into September, because I just got done with it, was your 75-day. Uh,
Oh,
yes, yes, and so
I
I just
forgot about that. I forgot about that. Yeah.
yeah. So for any new investors, okay, so maybe you have your buy bucks and you're ready to move on and learn maybe other skills or find where your weak points are. I would really suggest the 75-day like challenge, because you have to analyze deals, you have to meet new people, you have to go to events.
Yeah.
So it really makes you a better investor.
Yeah. And I think they could just go on my channel and type in 75-day challenge, right? That's the title.
Yep.
Awesome. All right. I got to go back and find that. I did that. Wow. When did I do that? I was probably like 3 years ago. I
Four
did
years.
that. Yeah,
Yeah.
4 years ago. 75-day challenge. That's a good little, I like that. I may have to add something like that to school. I have to go back and check that out. I like that. I like that. So, Curtis, you have a YouTube channel, yeah?
Yep.
What do we got going on there? And what is the channel first? And then what's the mission of the channel?
Yeah, PE turned RE, and the mission of the channel is really just to show the journey from brand new all the way to when I'm financially free. I'm about 2 years in. The goal is to be done in 8, and so
I like
sorry,
it.
sorry, eight more. Because
Okay. So 10 years, a decade.
yep,
Ah, I keep telling people it's a decade to get wealthy. So I like it. I like it. I like it. So PE is your job, right? PE teacher.
yep,
Okay. So from PE teacher to or turned real estate investor. That's PE turned RE. Very, very cool. What have you so what can people find on the channel? Are you just talking about numbers? Are you talking about deals? Are you showing properties? What are we doing on the channel?
yes, all of the above, just kind of showing, okay, this is the property tour, This is why I chose it. These are things that you want to look for when you're house hacking. I talked about when my
I love
tenant
that.
tenant broke their lease, kind of like,
Mm,
okay, this is
now
why,
what?
yeah, like this is why you got to have the reserves in place. This is the work that will need to be done. So just kind of all the little challenges or wins that I have along the way, I'm trying to share that out.
That is amazing, Curtis. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for being such an active part of the community. I see you in the comments, all of that. Keep it up. Keep being a positive force. Keep documenting reality. The channel will grow, and just have fun with it, man. Have fun with it. Any closing thoughts?
Uh, Closing thoughts, just keep doing the work, right? If a teacher, right, because teachers aren't really known for their high salaries, right? So if a teacher can buy the real estate and try to reach financial freedom, I think everybody can.
No, I love that. And should people join school for $20 a month?
Absolutely. Now, you're probably dumb if you don't.
Yeah, it's an intelligent sign if you don't join. That's pretty amazing. But yeah, folks, if you're going to join, make sure you get a little uncomfortable. I know there's a lot of introverts out there. This is a safe place. Who you are, what you do, your story, classroom, all of this stuff. I'm adding stuff all the time. The millionaires are behind me. We are going to make this a special community, and we're going to grow the middle class. God damn it, we're just going to grow the middle class. Whether just that's all I'm worried about. That's all I'm thinking about now. So, Curtis, thanks for everything.
Thank you.